All right.
Yes.
So our next videographer that's going to share with us is a past interview guest, Sharon Pajka. She is going to give us the rendition of Dreamland, which was published in 1844. She has a PhD and is a professor of English at Gallaudet University. She is the author of Women Writers Buried in Virginia and The Souls Close to Edgar Allan Poe, Graves' Family, Friends, and Foes, which was one of our Poe casts that we did talking about it. And on the weekends, find her in the cemetery. I hope not literally. Well, literally, physically, she's going to be there giving history tours or volunteering, as well as running the Virginia chapter of the Association for Gravestone Studies. Her forthcoming book, tentatively titled Haunted Cemeteries in Virginia, will be published in 2025 through the History Press. Similar to the books in the Haunted America series, this book will include ghost stories, folklore, as well as historical documentations of ghost sightings from newspaper clippings. She does not focus on paranormal investigations or orbs or personal encounters. Instead, as a literature professor who teaches a course on ghost stories and haunted history, she focused on ghost lore and how it relates to American history.
Yes.
So, without further ado, Sharon's going to share with us Dreamland.
Yes.
Boy, I was like putting that all together there.
Yes.
Another S is a good
another
alliteration there.
Well, you got, that we talked about the peas with Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Oh, let's not get tongue twisters.
Yes.
I can barely talk in the moment anyway.
I've gotten a little bit better at saying those faster because anytime one of my kids, after I give them the glare, when they say, "What's alliteration again?" And I'm like, with my glasses down, then I start saying that. And so
they also tongue twisters. You would know them as tongue twisters.
Yes.
And thank you, Wayne. I appreciate the compliment about my poem.
Yay.
So, and yes, let's go to the cemetery, and here Sharon has to tell us.
Yes. And here we go.
Hi, I'm Sharon Pajka. I'm reading Edgar Allan Poe's poem, Dreamland. By a route obscure and lonely, haunted by ill angels only, where an eidolon named Night on a black throne reigns upright. I have reached these lands but newly, from an ultimate dim Thule, from a wild, weird clime that lieth sublime, out of space, out of time. Bottomless vales and boundless floods and chasms and caves and titan woods, with forms that no man can discover, for the tears that drip all over, mountains toppling evermore into seas without a shore, seas that restlessly aspire, surging unto skies of fire, lakes that endlessly outspread their lone waters, lone and dead, their still waters, still and chilly, with the snows of the lolling lily. By the lakes that thus outspread their lone waters, lone and dead, their sad waters, sad and chilly, with the snows of the lolling lily. By the mountains near the river, murmuring lowly, murmuring ever, by the gray woods, by the swamp where the toad and the newt encamp, by the dismal tarns and pools where dwell the ghouls, by each spot that most unholy, in each nook most melancholy, there the traveler meets aghast, sheeted memories of the past, shrouded forms that start and sigh as they pass the wanderer by, white-robed forms of friends long given in agony to the earth and heaven. For the heart whose woes are legion, 'tis the peaceful, soothing region. For the spirit that walks in shadow, 'tis an El Dorado. But the traveler traveling through it may not, dare not openly view it. Never its mysteries are exposed to the weak human eye, unclosed. So wills its king who hath forbid the uplifting of the frigid lid, and thus the sad soul that here passes beholds it but through darkened glasses, by a route obscure and lonely, haunted by ill angels only, where an eidolon named Night on a black throne reigns upright. I have wandered home but newly from this ultimate dim Thule.
Very cool.
Yes. Snaps for Sharon.
Snappy, snappy, snappy.
That was amazing. Very beautiful.
Yep, yep.
And Dreamland is another one, again, that I think it's a little bit more popular than some. It kind of falls in like that second tier of popularity.
Yes.
And I love the words he rhymes in that.
Yep. Oh, and then Season also pointed out about the slant rhyme going on with in camp and swamp.
Mm-hmm.
So it is amazing when you can think about and go through and pick out all the different nuances that Poe has hidden in his poems. And he talks about how he's got some cryptograms maybe hidden in there and a few names and stuff like that.
I know. One day when I retire,
yes,
I want to go through some of his works just to see if you can figure out, are there some hidden messages?
Exactly.
More than we already know.
Yeah, because you never know. I mean, it's amazing what people hide within their work.
Oh, I know.
And that's why we can find out and figure it out on so many different levels. So
Exactly. Oh, I know. Well, we have a few